Hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Tanya and this is Creations with Tanya. Today I thought I would try and get rid of some scraps I have. I have quite a few little baskets full of material I would like to do a quilt with. I saw on the Fat Quarter Shop website that they have these Sewcialites quilt along pattern that you can download for free on their website. I will link it below in the description box, and they have 3 different block sizes: 3-inch, 6-inch, 9-inch blocks. And it also gives you the finished quilt size. It also lets you know what you require to make the quilts, like the fabric, how much fabric you'll need. I thought I would go with the 6-inch block, and it finishes at 54.5-inch square. So I figure, why the heck not? So join me in this new adventure of mine. We will start with the first block. Block number 1, Harmony block, designed by Lisa Alexander from Moda. What I will need is, for my 6-inch block, and it's really nice here because they have 3-inch block, what you'll need, the background and the print color, 6-inch block here, and a 9-inch block here, and then you have how to assemble the block, and then there's page 2. Get all my material cut out for this 6-inch block. I will need background colors A, B, C, and it gives me 2 3.5-inch squares, 1 2.5-inch square, and 4 2-inch squares. And then D, E, and F for the printed fabric, I'll need 2 3.5-inch squares, 4 2-inch squares, and 8 1.5-inch squares. So I'm going to try and be scrappy with my fabrics, but still sort of match a little. I'm going to get started. I'm going to pick out my fabrics, cut them, and when I'm done that, I'll be back and we can start sewing this quilt block together. Alright, I'm back. I have picked out my colors for my first block. As you can see, I'm sort of using a medium tone blue, and I'm using a gray, a light gray background color. I thought I'd go with the same pattern for the background color. I cut my A block. I did 2 at 3.5-inch squares. So 3.5 by 3.5. And then B, I only needed 1. And it is 2.5-inch square. And then for C, I needed 4 at 2-inch square. And D, I have a 3.5-inch square. I needed 2. E, I needed 4 2-inch squares. And F, I needed 8 1.5-inch squares. Since I've got this all cut out, the first thing I did was I just followed the instructions. So it tells me to take C and E and put them facing each other, which I have right here. And then I'm going to draw a line in the center of the square from corner to corner. And then I'm going to draw a 1/4 inch away from that line and sew in the center on each side, and then cut it, So let me just show you. Have it there. I just have this really cool little handy dandy ruler that has a center line. Just going to draw a line there. I'm also going to draw a line in the middle. And then just turn it around. And draw the other line. I've already sewn here, so I've sewn these together. Scissors or your rotary cutter, and you just cut in the center, diagonally, just like that, so you get 2 triangles, and then you iron, you get these cute little squares. Once you're done, you'll get 2. So in total, you should have 8, okay? So I'm just going to finish doing those on the squares, and I'll be back with the next step. I have all of my half square triangles done, and I've also just wanted to show you I have ironed the seam open because it's so small. I just figure probably be easier. The next step is to get fabric A and fabric D, and you put them right sides together just like this, and the instructions here, it looks like we're going to cut them and make them into half square triangles as well. Alright, so with your A and your D fabrics, you are going to cut diagonally this way and this way on each one. I will show you. Put these together and cut them both at the same time if you want. And if you have a small mat, you can always put it on the small mat, just easier to rotate your pieces around when you go to cut your fabric for this. There we go. So now I have these cut. I'll just put these aside. The pattern says A and D, so A is like this, D is like this, and the same for the other side, so make sure that it goes like this. You would want to sew these two together and then these two together. 1/4 inch seam, and this is what your block should look like when it's done. I'm gonna sew these together and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I've sewn these together, and now you just match them up like this and like this, and then do a 1/4 inch seam here, and you'll get that block there. And try and meet. You can put a pin right in the center here to keep it aligned, and then your points will come out a lot nicer and match up together. The next step is to take your fabric F and your fabrics E and C you sewed together and make it into this cute little block. So the first thing you do is take 2 of your F's and 2 of your E and C's, and you're going to put the lighter color pointing towards each other like this. Okay, and then what you're going to do is you're going to put them right sides together, just like this and like this, and then sew a 1/4 inch seam and then iron it. And I just happen to have those done, and I've ironed my seams open on both of them. So then I've got these 2 pieces, and then now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put it right sides together, and I'm going to make sure get that seam lined up with the other one. It's not going to be the finished measurement, which you want this block to be 2.5 inch square. So 2.5 inches by 2.5 inches. So you'll have to cut it down. So I'm just going to sew this and I'll show you what you can do next. Okay, I have sewn them together, and as you can see, they aren't quite the right measurement. I don't have a smaller ruler than this, but I use the diagonal line in this ruler and I just place it down and I match it up to the other corner, so I go diagonally, and as you can see, it's not, try and make it straight for you. There we go. And I just try and line it up as best I can, because these have a 1/2 inch line. So I'm just going to cut here and here and get rid of that excess. And then what I do is I turn it around and do the exact same thing on the other side. And there. And there you go. 2.5 inch square. Another one down. And you're gonna have 4 of these in total. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sew the other 2 blocks, and then I will be right back. All right, so I have my blocks all ready to go. We're gonna lay it out and how they show me in the pattern here. And you should only have block B left, your 2.5 inch square. This will go in the middle. It says to take this one here, put it there, then take this one and put it there, and then take another one and like this, so that they're like that. And then you take this one, put it here like this, and then you take your B square, and then there we go, just like that. This guy goes there, and then like that. Is that right? So then we're gonna sew the top, middle, and bottom row. I will start with this, just like this. Do chain piecing, and I'll do a 1/4 inch seam, and then when I'm done that, I'll iron it open. When I'm done, I'll be back and show you the next step. Okay, so I have the top, middle, and bottom row sewn the way the pattern says, and I've just basically made sure that these 2 blocks sort of go like this, and they point to the center. So now I'm just gonna right sides together, sew 1/4 inch seam, and then when that's done, I will then sew the bottom to it. So as you can see, I've sewn the top in the middle, and now I'm just going to take the bottom and do the same thing. And for this one, I have pinned in each seam so that I to go together. Anyways, yeah. So when it's done, I'll show you the finished results. Be right back. And there we go. First finished block done. harmony block number 1. Next week I will be showing you how to do block number 2. Roughly it should be 6.5 inch square. Worked out. It's cute. I love it. Alright, so I will see you next weekend. We will do block number 2. Have a happy quilt day. Bye. Thank you for watching.